have known you a long time, because I knew you a long time before that. I don't want to say how old you are, but I know you since you were 16.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
So have you had a chance to warm Bam Bam up? Good. Any questions from yesterday? Oh, that is scary. I'm never this clear to my students at home. All right, so what would you like to work on today?
Cartwheels.
I don't think I do those. They're outside of my job description.
Dang it, I'm trying to find someone.
Actually, I know 2 circus riders in dressage that probably could do it. And that's not a criticism of them. They really are circus people. They probably could do it.
I'm not sure if it's because it's gold or, I don't know, or he's red, whatever.
Watch it about red.
He is really good today.
Oh, well, good.
Really good off the leg. A little bit spooky, but I like that. You know?
Yep, I just saw it.
Because he's just more up. It's awake.
He said he had fun yesterday being a show-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
He's ready.
All right. But what part of what we did yesterday do you think...
The collection.
That was a quick answer. Now, what was the rest of my question? That you wanted to work on or that you were confident with?
That I like to work on.
Okay, good girl. No, I figured that, but I was just giving you a hard time. So, when you say collection, I'm just saying it for the people that weren't here yesterday. I think most of you were here before lunch with the other chestnut that was in the ring, right? So we had the other chestnut. Remember when I was talking and I made a comment on purpose as a compliment that was a big, big, but beautiful collected trot, all right? Collected is not slow, and this is what she and I were talking about yesterday. It is not short strides. It is strides with the energy balanced on the hind legs, okay? So collection is harder than you think, because by nature, a horse wants to put 60% of their weight up. Now, actually, right before he hollowed at R, you had a really good jumping uphill canter.
I didn't have enough leg, eh?
Eh? Are you from Toronto? Eh? So, that's a joke with our Toronto judges, sorry. Yeah, eh. But anyway, oops, it tipped out. Okay. With collection, you want to put all the energy from the hind legs come under the center body. It is not a matter of pulling the front end back on the hind legs. It is not a matter of stopping the front end. It's a matter of riding the hind end, sit up light and tall. There you go. That's okay. Now, the reason, oops, it's not working on. I think, is your hand motion is not following clearly with both arms. Does that make sense? And I've mentioned in the walk and the canter, there is natural oscillation of the neck. So your arms and your hips have to go with that oscillation. Push away, away, away. Sitting up, your hip and your elbows go forward, forward. Your elbows hopefully are unlocked so you're forward. Ah, now, wait a minute. He's either pulling something or you are. Why did he break there?
I don't know.
Okay, now when you said leg A, and I never answered it entirely, to me, most horses need your seat to move, move, move. He might, and I might ask Sarah, whoops, she's gone, oh, there you are, way over there. The leg, is he a leg horse or a seat horse?
Kick along. Leg.
It takes a lot to keep him from getting both of the leg, if that's what you mean.
No. Do you use your seat more or your leg more on him?
My seat.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. Some horses do need not leg to keep them going. They listen to the leg better than they listen to the seat. My Tantras and his offspring are almost all seat horses. Their backs are very sensitive. That last chestnut was incredibly sensitive in the back. Okay? He might need a little bit of both from you. Does that make sense? Yes. But mostly, when I say seat, it doesn't mean you grind it down into his back. You are making his back go, woohoo, we're going forward. The canter, as I've said, is an uneven gait. But you need to follow the motion. But if they are at all sensitive in the mouth, which we hope they are, anytime they go against the bit as they're going forward and they hit the bit, they're going to go, whoa, she doesn't want me to. So then they stop, okay? So think forward. Give your outside arm. The reason I was confused today, usually I can tell what you did, but there was no corner there. So I didn't see you go again. Watch your left hand. It's tighter. Move both arms forward, especially the outside whip hand. Move it forward, up his mane. See where that piece of mane reins falling over his neck on the wrong side?
Yeah.
I want you to go toward that. Give your inside hand too, both hands to that piece over his neck. I dare you to move your hands to that piece of his thank you. Keep moving it up there. Keep trying to reach that. Now sit up. You don't have to pump harder. You just have to follow. Set, slide. My get rich, I have to say it slowly, get rich quick scheme is that I'm going to make my students bring a stack. I used to say $1 bills, then I got hungry for money. $20 bills. And you put one under your seat. As they fall out, so then you put another one under. If it falls out, I get to keep it. One lady didn't care when I kept saying it. I went, $100 bills. She went, whoa, whoa. And she sat down in the canner and kept the dollars under her butt. They never did it. I never get rich, but I try. But the idea is that you slide with the saddle. You don't sort of hit it. If you're hitting it, you're hitting their back, and they're going to go, ugh, and go away from it. And remember, I think I didn't say it to you. I said it to somebody else yesterday, that ad for the Oric vacuum cleaner from about 10 years ago, when it picks up a bowling ball. You are the vacuum cleaner. The horse's back is the bowling ball. I want you to pick it up and let it flow forward. Pick it up and go with it. That was a good chat. You caught it. So if you feel that inside calf, touch, no hands against them. Follow them. Bum, 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 forward. Okay, that one I call it, you got to sync. This is going in and out. When I out of sync, if you're going together, boom, it's great. If the trouble is he's in this phase and you were just in that, you hit, and that's what happened there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Part of it, I can't remember who tells me what when I hear it here, but I heard a really good thing about when I say the horse taking the rhythm. You can't let them hit the bit, but you have to let go. Not keep such control. You have to let go in your brain so that you're riding it from your butt. I call it your butt, not your head. Feel it. Just imagine the feel and following it. That's it. Slide. Sit up. Remember I told you about my figure skating student that said she glides on the saddle. Glide, 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 glide. Inside leg, right leg, soft arms, up, slide. Here's the other one. I'll try another image. Belly button, diagonally up your back. Suck your belly in. It'll pull your hips under. Whoops, you pulled at the same time. So if I were going to punch you in the stomach, and you'd suck your belly back for a split second. Only, So it's up and forward, up and forward, up and forward. Watch your hands are coming back. Soft arms, let go. Let the muscles in your body get a little softer in your, that's it. Good, up, right leg for support. Do not neck rein them. Good girl, that's better. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Good, go with him, go with him. Yeah, that's it. That's using your, nice job. Keep going, careful. Outside arm allow. Inside leg support. Leg, right leg, girth. No, don't pull his head up. Girth, give, girth, give, girth, give. Give is your arms. Girth is your leg picks them up. Outside arm allow him to look more to the right. Hannah has a great picture on her phone of her horse on a bended circle, and I hate to say the neck bulging into the rein. No inside rein, it should be loose on the inside. Good job. Bump, 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 bump. Nice for straightness. Good. Don't thump down. I don't want to see daylight. I would have gotten a $100 bill. Yep. Good job. Good. Sit up tall, elbows give. So I want to see a distance between your ribs and your elbows, then you catch up. Does that make sense? Or not? So look, it can't look like this. See it? It's got to go woohoo, and you catch up. And you go forward and you catch up. Because that's what you're doing. You're not rowing back and forth. It's never a backward motion. Okay? And you have to let him take your reins. It's not a matter of throwing them away. Okay? It's actually a...
Fill up the rein.
He fills up the rein because your leg and your seat let the energy come through.
Right.
Carl McCullough once put a beautiful picture in a magazine years ago. Call it the aids. And it's the leg on the horse, the barrel of the horse, that activates the hind leg, your leg. Then the energy comes from the horse, from the hind leg, up through his butt, through his back, through the rider, not stopping, going all the way through to the pole, all the way down to the bit, all the way bit, and the rider receives the energy. Rider interferes with that flow forward ever, it stops it. So it always must go through the rider and come back and receive in the hand. Make sense? You can influence it with your seat to make it a little more big or a little more up or a little bit more long. Yeah, good. And I'm not being funny, I love it. Laughing is the best thing to do on a horse. Because one, you're relaxed. No, careful. Okay, I saw that. Were you thinking a change? I didn't think so. But after he did a little bit of that, you lost your balance to the left side. So then he really thought you wanted to change. And that's why he didn't turn right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I wasn't mad. He was just assuming.
Yeah, I know. Now, 1 second. I want you to walk, not so fast, and I want you to do a half, we're going to do this again, half turn on the haunches.
Where's my M?
Anywhere, but straight. But what I'm getting at is we have to change direction, but don't let them curl. Don't fix too much. Just look, think where you're going. You're going to step right. You're going to open right, close left, open right, close left, open right, close left, left leg, go straight. Good job. Now that was even better than your best one yesterday. Now you're going to go left and not do any more. Don't get frozen. I see your face. Just go forward. I said no more. Oh, I knew you were going to do that. That's why I said no more. You've done a perfect one to the right. Then you did a turn in the middle here. Okay? Just going to do left canter now. Sit up tall, not so heavy on the left hip. So when you don't want to sit heavy on a hip, obviously you're the same weight because you're on the horse, all right? But you don't want to put all of it down on this hip. So I lift my rib cage to make myself lighter. Good. Good girl. I don't care he's too low. It's okay. Now he's up. So if you want a little more energy, sit up. Do not, I like your hands, but don't hold them frozen out in front of you. I'm glad they're out, but they have to move out. Good. Good girl. Slide softly, not hard into the saddle. Slide with them, up. So you accentuate the pommel coming up. Can you feel in the canter stride when he is up? Whoops. Then he went. But what I'm saying is, there is a moment when you should feel like the horse is I go back to my merry-go-round horse. When I rode the merry-go-rounds, because I didn't have a horse when I was a kid, and that pole coming up, I want you to feel the pommel of the saddle coming up in front of you. Does that make sense? And when you feel that moment, I want you to accentuate the upness of your stomach. That's when you take a breath in. I call it a hiccup. Soft left inside hand, that's nice. Sit up, good job. Think of the up, 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 and slide your butt under. A little bit forward, good girl. Good, is that better? Good. Sit up, you're sliding to the outside hip. You're like me, I sit that way. Bend that right leg. It's the only way I can get me to sit left. Bend the outside leg, look at me, you're a little bit, I'm going to exaggerate it for you, you're a little bit, whoopsie, I lose my balance because you can't do that. That's why you're like this, all right? I want you to bend that right leg so it puts your weight back on the left. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And if he needs a break, instead of all this canter work, we'll go back to trot, all right?
Really fussy today with his head. I don't know if his hair is bothering or what.
Well, make sure your arms, I think I've also told you that story yesterday when I was a kid, because I didn't have a horse. My friend Pam and I that rode troop together, we played horse. We were 8 years old. And we made a wire coat hanger into a snaffle bit and covered it with adhesive tape and tied yarn to it. And I was always the horse, so the bit was in my mouth. I'd canter along and she'd be cantering behind me. And I go, to this day, I think that's why I'm about too much contact or unsteady. Let me tell you, I always say, would you want your hands connected to your mouth with a bit in your mouth, or do you want to be soft? Good girl. Good. Good. Good job. Now, he's plenty round, soft arms. Now, in a trot, there is no motion of the neck. Your hands are, you're sitting nicely, but there you go. That's not too hard. His neck is more bent. If I think on the video, I'm over here, but I'm pretty sure his nose was over his inside foreleg. It's supposed to be between his, forward, over, forward, over. Think forward astride, then over, forward, over, forward, over, forward, 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 much better. Never is a never, leg yield, even a Grand Prix half pass, never is it sideways, sideways. It is always forward, over, forward, over. Uphill, outside leg on, he's tilting a little. Good, elbows soft. So the upper arm from the shoulder to your elbow hangs. Don't drop your head. You're cockeyed in your head. Your right ear is closer to your shoulder. Sit up, separate your right ear from your right shoulder. That a girl. Good job. Now, up. He's still got a little tilt. I think it's outside leg on Außen. Out, 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 left, left. Yeah, good. Good, good. Now, I'm nice shoulder in. What size circle was that?
5.
Pardon me?
It was supposed to be 10, but it turned into 5.
No. It was 12 meters long and 4 meters wide.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, not perfect, but normal. So I know I sound obsessive to people today on the accuracy and the shape of the figure, but then your horse isn't steady, your aids aren't steady and the horse isn't steady, okay? So I've said it before, remember, the circle, if you're gonna start a proper 10 meter, I think my lines might still be here, I'm not sure. It was one horse I stood with. So you're gonna come out to 5 meters, which is just about here. Okay, I'm dragging my right foot, all right? So you can see where I came, you can sort of see my foot drags, right? And then 10 meters is going to be 4 meters short of here. 16, 12 meters short. Okay, but you're coming around like this. Yeah, trouble, when I'm on a horse, I can feel it better than I can. I'm trying to drag my foot. But look where I'm coming in past C. Do you see it? Sort of did it. Okay, so look, see there? You're coming back to the track here because you came off the track right there.
Right.
So it always should be placed over the letter. It's not lopsided and it doesn't get narrow. Most people start it and it gets a little big and then they go, gotta get back, and they come back and the second half is half the width. Okay, you can see my drag marks, good girl. It's actually harder than you think. Remember the old ice skating in the Olympics? They had to do the school figures? The ice and do the same circle. It's really hard on one edge than the other. Good. Good job. Feel the difference? You didn't have to change anything, did you? Not too much. Hopefully you didn't change the bend at all.
My body position a little.
So now, you're fairly steady, okay? I don't think you have 3 tracks from here. The judge at C can't always see it as clearly, but you get a feel. But what's lacking? A little bit of impulsion with better and needs more engagement, okay? Now I'm going to also say, that's okay, listen, if we're working on the bend and the size and the shape, but then you'll need more to get a better score. So if you've done that, at a recognized show you want to do 4th level, correct?
Yes.
So if you did that one at 4th level, that couldn't be more than a 6.
Can you look at him really quick?
Yes,
It's really bothering me.
okay.
What's bothering you?
What's the matter, kid, huh? Hey,
Hey.
Was his the bridle we shortened yesterday?
No.
Okay. Bam, bam.
But something's really bothering him, right?
Wait. Hi. Hey.
I can go get the double. I've got it in the truck.
Why would you think the double would make a difference?
Well, I'm just wondering if it's this brow band or something, the fit, something.
Hey, Sarah, do you know anything that would be making him irritated from the bridle?
Bridle? No.
He is kind of shaking his head and neck funny, though.
Yeah, it makes it tongue cutter.
I'm sorry, what?
Tongue cutter was better.
Oh, no, the tongue's not. I already checked that. No.
Is it too tight?
No, it's not too tight at all. No, it's not at all. And it's not too loose. That's what I was wondering more than anything. But the shaking is not usually the head, that's the neck. When they do that, it's like when remember I said yesterday, I dare you all to stand here and hold your arm out for half an hour? You'll be awake, quaking and shaking and everything. So when was the last time you had a long rein walk break? Or did you do a medium walk break?
I did. I've done a couple of them before we started.
Okay, and I'm just saying that the way his neck is acting now, it's neck, not usually head when they're shaking their neck like that. Is the mouth. Do you know what I mean?
Are you okay?
He says, I'm glad you're caring, don't misunderstand, but I don't know if I know exactly what it is. I don't think it's the bridle, because I'm not a big fan of all the fancy brow bands, but I don't think this is,
And it's not.
look, it's not, no, it's not, yeah.
Do you think? I wonder if he's just sore in the neck today, like he said, the work. I'll get back on and see.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, let's just see, yeah. But let's let him work, we'll do a stretchy trot and just see, okay?
Come on. What's the matter, huh?
But when you're riding your own horse and you know he doesn't normally do that, it is very smart to get off and check what could be. You know what I mean? You never know. Horses are actually they can feel a fly, don't forget. So all these things. Her point about the brow band is actually, most brow bands are too tight. This one is actually too large, but I don't think it's bobbing on his head. You know, I bobbed it and he didn't care when I just did that like 10 times. And is that's not a Micklin, is that it is a Micklin
Yeah.
bridle. Do you normally?
Yeah, I go back and forth between the double and this.
Okay, but he's used to that bridle with where the leather touches him.
Brow band, I just put the new brow band on.
Okay.
Yesterday, he rode in it yesterday, and he was fine, so.
Yeah, just long rein to the buckle and walk, big walk. Move your arms. Move your arms. There you go. So now, this is me trying to use what I call logic when you don't know what's wrong. If it were the brow band, long rein, don't you pull that arm back, I saw it. The brow band will actually be flopping more now because he's really bobbing his head and moving, okay? And he's not head tossing, okay? So to me, I don't think it's the brow band. Does that make sense? And if it were the bridle, something pinching or bothering him, he'd still be fussy, and he's not. It's like when a horse, the rider thinks the horse is lame or off, and they're riding, and I say, they come in, can you look at my horse? And I go to a half seat, drop to the buckle, because I don't want you posting with something, and I don't want your hands touching the horse. If the horse shows no head bob, and, well, how am I going to turn him? Just look where you're going, step where you're going, and all of a sudden they can do a 20 meter this way, and there's nothing. Then I go, you're not lame. Do you know what I mean? You need to find things like that. Now pick up the contact. But you're right, he was head tossing fussier than usual, okay? And I am glad you stopped. There you go, good job. Now careful, see, he's already starting something. So this is a little bit like when, Lisa's not here right now, but when Lisa was riding Toby, I said it's sometimes not as kind as you think to be too light, because you're light, tight, or light jab. You don't mean to. They hit the bit. They go, I don't know where it is. You're better to be steady and a little heavier. Best to be light and steady. But if you can't be, that's it. Following. Feet, let him take you. Good girl. Steady fingers. So the arms belong to him. They just do what he does. They don't make a rhythm. Does that make sense? There you go. And now he's not fussy, is he?
I just wonder if he got a cramp in the neck.
He could have. That's why I said when he kept shaking that neck all that time standing still, I was like, okay, it's usually the neck, not the mouth or the head, all right, or the bridle. So shorten the reins just a little, sit tall and light. So I want to think I'm lighter than I am. Whenever I'm sitting on something that I think might like a thing that sinks or a board that'll break when I sit on it, I try not to put all my weight down. You know, you kind of hold yourself up a little. That's it. Now you look elegant. Do you see that? And look, very nice. You see how round he is? So if you could think, again, Pennsylvania, we have all these stupid hot air balloons, especially over my area, and the horses would spook at them. But for me, they're a great image. That big balloon, that's your torso, full of hot air, okay? And the basket is your butt. And the strings that hold that basket to the rope are your torso. So if your lungs and up here can lift you up, and your basket just swings underneath you. For me, that's my own weird image of what I want to feel like on a horse. Good job. He says he likes that feel. Do you feel it? All right, now let's go to trot. Now in the trot, your arms are great in the walk. In the trot, they should not move. His neck does not go back and forth. So you want to keep them. Remember I said the other day about heat-seeking fists. When I'm cold, because I don't usually have gloves, I even do have gloves in the winter, I want your bottom of your fist, look, to be, this is his wither, I want the bottom of your fist on the edge of his neck, not down low. That's it, there you go, there you go. Steady, steady. So your elbows are going to have to be very supple, so that your elbows and your knee joints absorb the shock of the trot. Does that make sense? Okay, sit up tall, think trot. Good job. That was very nice. Steady, soft hand. Watch them, your left hand, right hand moving a little bit. Make sure, if you even have to look at them, that your two hands, I'm laughing. I don't know what tiddlywinks is, but I don't know why we said that. Twiddle your thumbs. Thumbs. I want you to move them so that you're, look there, soft. Really steady arms. Quiet, that's a girl. Down the neck, so when he's not round, outside finger. Tickle his tongue on the out. I'm giving you the timing. Tickle, give, tickle, give, tickle, give. Only on the right, but it's loose, tight. But he's not head tossing, is he? Okay, so he might have had a cramp in his neck. Good girl. Yeah, you can post it. There you go. But keep your hand. Good. That's careful. When you change posting diagonals, your hands went way up in the air. All right, go push forward. Watch it, left hand came on your thigh. So what I'm doing, you're going to see it on the video, but you moved without knowing it. You know what I mean? I'm sure you didn't know it. You didn't do it intentionally. But you really have to remember, that metal bit were in your mouth, would you want your hands attached to it? Atta girl. Feel it? Yeah. Nah. I'm turning on and off here. You're going to turn down before here, just looking down there at the end of the white. Good job. Go straight, steady. Don't let him drift. Step up, right leg on. Good job. Nice for straightness. Now, when you get down there at A, I want a 10-meter circle as good as you showed me here at C without looking at my drag marks. Does that make sense? Okay, good girl. Good. Push him out. Good job. A little tiny big there, but not bad. Go straight into the corner. Show me a good corner. Breathing. Whoops. There we go. Good. Now, this trot is close. When I say a little bit, I'm going to say on the forehand. Do not pick his head up. It's not the forehand that comes up when the head comes up. Good. I want you to, on this side, to think about scooting his tush under as you go. Does that make sense? So you're going to do it the way you just started that circle. Did you feel it? So he's a little more on the bit, outside finger. Always you want to feel him steady into your fingers. That's it. Tall. Good hands. Good. Make the hind end go quicker and keep the front end where it is. Up tall. Don't let him drift too much to the good job. Watch that mutant hand. It started to go to the right. Breathing in and out. And then you're going to do a diagonal from F. Oh, you know half pass. Circle at F, 10-meter circle. That means you bend. Oh, yeah. Nope, not abrupt. Did you see what he did? So circle, keep the harmony that you had. Outside finger, inside leg. So the outside arm follow the bending, breathing, bending. Inside aids pushes the girth out. The inside hand opens the nose softly. Nope, come straight till he's on the bit. Steady, nope, straight, I said, till he's on the bit. That's okay. That's what I want. So why is it different there than it is in this corner? There you go. Nope, he saw another horse come in. It's okay, make him work. He's old enough to know better. Good, that's a girl. Now if he stays like that, to do a half pass from F to wherever you get to. I do not care where you get to. I care he stays on the bit. Nope, circle back. So what are you thinking that makes him come off the bit in that corner? I want you to think, I'm just going to happen to move my outside leg back now. Move it back so his haunches almost come in. Open the left hand. Timing is in, out. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So if you use not so much left hand and you use more right finger, you'll get the half pass. Does that make sense? Okay. But you have to have him accepting your aids. You can post if you want. In, out, left leg, right rein. Nope, it's a diagonal. So now what I'm going to have you do, when you doesn't listen, I'm going to say halt on the outside. Your outside rein is going to say, hey sucker, stop. I bet his haunches will catch up. So it's, yeah, oh, good job. Good. Now walk it, half pass in a walk. So it's forward, over. Sit left, look left, right shoulder left, left leg at the elbow. Open the left hand a little, right hand half